finished.
Eyes peeled, Joshua.
There it is.
For House Rossfield. Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Godotha will know.
No mistakes. Let's try. Here we are again. Carava. If you were a tortoise, Torgor, where would you hide? It looks like we found him. I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Oh, thank the Griffin is slain.
And the Heartstone claim.
Yes, this radiant lust. Thank you, my lord. Your father would be...
Lady Goditha.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me. The armbands, pray, take them. Heartstone is harder and more endurable. And the graven vine...
It's a message. Enemies who would thwart his vision.
And only if we stood together.
Indeed. But this was more than just... It was a promise.
Thank you, Lady Goditha, for remaining the steadfast.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the even if the armbands were incomplete. So...
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was of the deep love he had for... In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess... I tried to warn your father, but when word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short.
And thank the Founder.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete, and so my pursuit He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered.
Lady Goditha.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. You're great for coming back to us. I remain your faithful servant, my lord.
The banns. It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance.
It is.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I let him see that you have
I suppose it would be church. What do you say, Clive?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him...
Your father's helm is in since the day we recovered it from Phoenix. I prithee, claim it. And I do not doubt that your father would...
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive. He's waiting. Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies. Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. Mother was truly capable. Perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us made all the difference. It's just back there.
Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then,
Onward.
and to a new beginning.
You should have seen him.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yes. Well, truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you, but from what I hear...
No. Ember lost his nerve in the face, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on.
Indeed it is. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much, and this time he was found wanting. After all,
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade. But a scout's nose is different. And by sniffing out that log, young wouldn't do to waste it now.
Fine.
I'll do whatever. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just...
Daft as a brush, that one. Just like someone else. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him. That time the curse breakers took some...
it couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't...
Forgive me, Sid.
But that's why we need men like Ember more than... Remember that.
I will, Sid. Sid, I wanted you to know. I will be taking personal responsibility for Ember's combat training, and I will not let you down.
Help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised all yours? Come again. I may have more for you. Yeah.
Mid.
Aw, you make it sound like I asked you to save the...
Tell me.
It's most of what I need. And a cogwheel. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one.
Wait, the children. Now that I think about it, They... Didn't you?
The young'uns? But why would... I'll keep working on the model.
Sid!
She wasn't hiding. She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? Is it an airship?
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. A brass gear. A tiny one.
Oh, the one you forgot!
We saved it, just...
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling all the pieces that are left over.
That's...
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear?
That's all for now.
Thanks, Sid. Back for another part? We've got screws and bolts and nails and...
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet? Well?
They did.
Will it work?
What exactly are you going to...
Only the most... The wings aren't going to move on their own. Well... That should do her. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a train, it won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat. But it in the size of a dream that's important, and I reckon I've got a fair few good...
I'm sure you do. What shall I do with your model?
What, that old thing? Not healthy to cling to your failures, Clive.
Sound advice.
Still, I suppose my prototypes will probably be worth a fair bit when I'm as... Seeing as you're always strapped for... Suppose I can give it to you.
I'd say that was up to you as much as me.
You're not leaving already, are you?
Make a name for yourself.
You better bloody... Enjoy it while you can, Clive. Imagine that, eh? Till... Be seeing you, Clive.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly.
She seems pretty...
Back for another part. We've got screws and bolts and nails and knobbles and noodles and,
Miss Shirley says your books...
When you return, would you mind teaching the... children another lesson?
writers themselves.
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen our shelter.
know the honor. Not Sangfordian, do you? No scratches, all right? Not bad, if I do say so myself. Anything else?
First the skies, then the crystal.
Clive,
Of course.
I wanted to give you...
Is this?
I stitched it from the cloth you gave Hortense. I told her I used to enjoy needlework.
It's beautiful, Jill. You didn't have to.
When I was very little, I still wear mine. So... white is the colour of faith. Unblemished. And may it ever bring you back to me. I will always.
Thank you, Jill.
What's on your mind, Clive? Somewhere in... I know. Thank you. And so for now, be strong, Clive.
If Joshua's worried about Jill...
You alright?
Something troubling you?
No more than you. It's just... Etta's baby.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north. Families would... I'll let the little tykes know.
So? What's...
Now, the problem is that Etta's due any
Is there anything I can... All right, then.
A good luck charm.
Not just any.
No. One... There's no luck in all the realm. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had
Only the big day is fast approaching.
that or the bird whose oar sits attached to, aye.
Well, there's no shortage of those passing through Martha's. I think I might make that my first port of call.
You're a good friend,
Joshua, I don't think I'd realized how different, but...
I suppose it's not.
She doesn't think she belongs in it.
And that's why we need to to let her know that we still... But how to do that?
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual tour of the Duchy, and Jill and I broke from the procession
to see the snow day? It was the first time Father... And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue.
It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and
Then it seems you and Jill...
Man's Hill.
Oh, true. Though
You're saying I should go and scout the area for bandits?
I'm saying We should first go and see if there are actually... What would you?